for the QC test, after the switch is fully assembled, as you see with the cover on the back, 40 grams is placed in the weight. See here we've got a 20 gram weight and two 10 gram weights. You can see the operation of the device is pretty straightforward. What we're going to do is put a switch in the holder. We're going to use this part here for strain relief on the cable, so the cable itself is not affecting the torque that's inside the cable is not affecting the result of the test. So then we have the quality control device, and when you receive this, this will be sealed. The first step to start up the quality control device is plugging it in, and that's with the micro USB right here. So we can unplug that. Let's see what the plug looks like. This plug will be shipped with the appropriate wall wart or adapter for the quality control device. You see the micro USB plugs into the back, and you see there's a port for the 3.5mm jack on the end of the switch. So what we're going to do is just plug the switch in. We're not going to put it underneath or anything, we're just going to plug it in. So we can see that this switch immediately fails the test. That means it's stuck on. So that means this switch is broken. So what we have to do is take a spacer and open up the switch and place the spacer in the switch to prevent the switch from being stuck on. So we take the spacer, and the spacer should have like a little notch on the end here, and this little notch fits into the PCB of the switch. We can press it in, and then you see how the spacer sits nicely on the board. We can go ahead and pull this into the cover like so. Make sure it's all the way fitted inside, right? And then we put the back cover on. And after we get the back cover on, we're going to test again. Okay, it looks like we got the back cover on in the right place. It's not bulging out. The lines of the cover are like pretty straight, right? So we can tell that we have, that's how we can tell that we got the back cover on. If the edges of this are nice and straight, they're not bulging out, right? We can kind of jiggle it around to feel, and then we can touch and feel the switch depress. Okay, so let's plug it in, try that test again. So we plug the switch in, we get the yellow light, which is a standby light, and that means that it's no longer a failed switch, right? Now we'll test the trigger force or activation force of the switch with the 40 gram weight. Lift it up to the maximum point and drop, and we see a green light. That means it passes. And then after the green light, we see that it returns to a yellow light. That's very important. So the switch needs to go green, and then it needs to return to the yellow. That indicates that the switch has enough force, has enough rebound force to push the dome back into its initial position. And that's what the spacer allows. So now this switch is a pass. This is a 40 gram. This switch passes our 40 gram test, and that passes our internal resistance test of meeting the requirement of a switch that's less than 6 ohm resistance on contact. Let's see if we can find another switch of a different situation and see if that one passes and how we handle that particular type of switch problem. Okay, so